What's up, guys, girls, whoever's watching? Nobody yet. Tonight we're doing the recap from the Foothills Kayak Anglers event number 3, the Reservoir Battle from Scott and Lake James. Um, it's a good show. These boys that I'm interviewing tonight. So if you go over to basstrail.com, there's going to be a North Carolina power ranking list. Every one of these anglers I'm interviewing tonight is in the top 10 of ranked anglers for North Carolina. I'm not going to say exactly where they're at, but these are the best anglers in the state according to the stats. So that's just a little thing you can check out. I think that list is going to drop here soon. It's not up yet, but we got a little preview of it, and these guys are some real hammers. I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsors. Thanks for helping keep us up and running and giving these anglers something to fish for. Let's see what else. Like always, at the end of this video, we'll do the raffle for the free entries brought to you by Life Ring Ministries. We'll raffle off 2 of them. I haven't really made it clear, but if you've won a free entry already this year, that's it. We're going to try and make it to where as many people as possible can win. So if for some reason I spin the raffle wheel and you've already won a free entry, I'm going to go ahead and spin it again so somebody else has that same opportunity. And on top of that, Austin Vang decided that his prize pack from the last event, which is a stack of Riot baits and a $50 Yak Attack gift certificate, is going to be raffled off tonight as well. So I'm going to go ahead and bring these guys in here real quick. And we'll get to it. What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Not much. You want to start it out, and we'll just go third to first on this, and everybody just talk about their day, and that worked for everybody.
Yeah, that's fine.
That'll be fine.
All right. So who? Let's see. I need to stream. Struggling here. All right, Austin, you had 53 3/4 up there. Some solid fish.
Yeah, sure did. I caught a lot, but I didn't post all of it because I was just, wading through them. But it was fun. So before I start, I just want to I want to shout out to a couple of people. I know Reasons Custom Sun Lures. I want to shout out to them for Jackie for giving me the jersey and always looking out for me, praying for me. I appreciate that. Especially Saturday it was lightning early morning, and that was a fun experience. I'm pretty sure everybody got a piece of it. And then of course Outdoor Supply Company for them. I got my first kayak from them. Charlie's a great guy. If you have anybody local needs help looking for native or all different kinds of kayak, you can go there. And then if you're looking for a Hobie kayak, check out Rock Outdoors. They're good, and they help out all the kayakers out there. And then allmanfishing.com, that place, that site, it has all the brand name lures and stuff, and it also gives you the insight of what bait people are catching, what they're using, stuff like that. So it helps out wherever you go fish. You can check it out, and it gives you details of what's going on. And then of course they're fast shipping. And then I want to shout out to K9 Fishing. That's what I used this past weekend, and their fishing line. It's awesome. I caught a lot of fish just using that line. It helped me out with of course my two lures I used was a wacky and a shaky head. So but anyway, so start off, I prey fish Lake James. I was going to double dip, but turns out my pre-fishing wasn't that great. I caught a bunch of smallies, but there wasn't the size I wanted. So I just went past history and I knew West Coast Scout was a better choice for me since I like to fish largemouth. So and plus that has a lot of laydowns, all different types of structure that I like to fish. So I chose that ramp out, and I went ahead and launched at Warriors Creek, which I saw Garrett there, so that was pretty cool. And I got there like kind of late,
Yeah.
but yeah. so I loaded in everything, and then I turned my fish find on, and I got the hummingbird um, hummingbird
Helix.
the map and stuff. The maps I use, and I use Hummingbird, which it didn't show nothing. So luckily I have I have a Navionics a chip. So I went and I had to go back to the car and get that and put it on, which it showed me the contour and stuff because I needed the contour because especially I haven't practiced there. So when I launched off, there was about 6 of us. So everybody tend to stay close to the ramp. So I decided to make a long run and go as far as I can, go out there, away from everybody, away from the crowd. And by the time I got there, see all the lightnings on my left side. And I was like, and I told myself, I'm hoping it does not swing back around. Well, fortunately, it did. It was right on top of me when lines in, and that was an experience. So I stay close to the bank and wait it out and just kind of fish what I can. And then right after the lightning went away, it started pouring real hard, and I caught my first fish off a wacky, which it was like a 12-inch or so. So I just started just bank beating, just working that creek arm, and then when I got all the way back there, close to where it's starting to get shallow, I decided to turn around because I saw a bunch of bait fish just moving around, and then on the other side, I saw there were laydowns and it was deeper, and so I switched it up and just used my shaky head and threw it at a laydown, and that's when I got my first big bite, the 20-inch. So it just told me that that's the pattern, man. So I stuck with that, and I fished it that whole side, and I hit a brush pile that I pull up, two more 12s, and I didn't submit it because it was still raining a little bit. So, and then I went to this next main point, just casting around because I kind of figured there might be some fish roaming around, and eventually there was my second biggest one, the third biggest one, that was the 1675. It was a largemouth, and I caught that, and then I stumbled upon a riprap, a long stretch riprap, and that's when I got hard headed right there. I fished that for 2 hours. I caught a bunch of spotted bass. They were actually staged up close to the shoreline, and they were basically just looking for bait fish. And plus, during that time, the wind was pushing in towards the bank, so I knew that's that window bite. So I fished through there. I think I pulled about 15, but nothing bigger than like closest, almost 17-inch, but nothing bigger where I could cold. So I fished there. Then I told myself, my gut feeling was I already had a pattern. So by that time I had about maybe an hour left. So I paddled all the way back to a spot that past history that I actually fished. And when I got there, I had about 20 minutes left. And during that time, the sun was up and everything. So I saw a bunch of laydown structure and stuff, and there was like a little pocket that was a little bit deeper. So I started fishing that area, and that's when I pulled that 17 out. And so I'm like, they're here. So after I pulled that 17 out, I had probably about 10 minutes, and I threw a couple more casts around, and I hooked a giant one, but it came off. I must have not set it hard enough because it was stuck in a brush pile, and I can feel it tugging when I was lifting it up. So I was battling with the wood and the fish, and it happened just to slip right off. And then by that time, like, time's up. So that's how my day went. So it was fun. I have to say that place it's a fun lake to fish. So anybody that likes to fish over there. Yeah, there's big fish there. It's that time of the year to go out and fish. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Definitely.
Awesome. I'm just happy that I didn't even throw this out there. I'm just happy Kurt Scott finally got a win. And on top of that, everybody that I'm interviewing right now was at Kurt Scott. So
yeah.
it was definitely the hot lake to be at that day.
Yeah.
Let's see. You got some comments. What's up, Huggy? I don't know who else that is. It just says Facebook user. But yeah, it says dang. So that's what champs look like. Yeah, that is. That's right. These are the elites.
Yeah, I don't have that. I still have the line, with the glass and stuff, but it's not as bad coming back from, Bassmaster kayak. So up in Tennessee,
Yeah.
it was bad.
All right. So that was a good recap, dude. I always like listening to yours because you're very thorough. All right, Melvin, let's hear about your day, man. You got second place and you had let's see, 54 inches.
Yeah.
Which is it's a good limit.
Yeah. It was, first and foremost, I like to thank and appreciate, my parents because they live like literally 5 minutes down the street from me, and they've always tell me every time I get ready to go to a tournament, they always tell me best of luck. I hope you catch big fish, and I always felt like it was a jinx, but I always end up catching something kind of big, So I like to appreciate my parents for that. I just started coming back fishing this year. I skipped 2022, due to just constantly working, having set my priorities straight, and then I knew fishing was going to come within the next year. So it's good to come back, he's good to come back and fish. Um, Especially Kurt Scott. Kurt Scott, it's a great fishery. I've never fished it any other time but summer and spring. So I don't know how it is during the winter times. But this is the third time I got second place at Kurt Scott and in a row. And it's like it just won't give me first place. It's just like, here you go, here's second, here's another second, And for a minute there I was biting my nails. I was like, man, I really hope somebody don't sandbag, and then 3 o'clock shows up and I see B's got 58 and a half. Like, oh geez, great. I'm still happy with what I got though. It was a good turnout. I launched off at Kurt Scott Dam. I was the only person there from 5:45. I got there around 5:45, and I was scared like to get out of the vehicle because I was like, I'm like the only person here. I don't want to start loading it up yet. And then I seen a truck come through, run away. It went somewhere, and then I end up launching anyways. I didn't even start going to my spot until like 6:10 because I was still so scared about like making a dark run out there. And then the truck comes back, and I guess I was like, well, I guess this guy's gonna start fishing here with me. So I'm cool with that. At least there's somebody else out there on the water with me. Um, I made like probably just like a 10-minute paddle stretch. I brought 4 rods, caught fish on all 4 rods. Get to the first creek, and there's literally I think like a crappie or john boat or whatever it is. It came right to my creek, and I was like, well, I guess I'll just start here. And then looking down the lake, I could see just straight up lightning bolts. It was just phenomenal. It was a great day to fish. Great day to fish. Like fishing wise was amazing, but the weather was horrendous. It was just terrible. It was just I wore shorts. I don't know if y'all can see in the pictures. I had my Afco bibs, but I left it in the front hatch of my Hobie, and like an idiot, I decided that I'm just gonna wear shorts and a rain jacket. And when it poured, like I was literally soaked, like bare bones soaked. And the lightning came through. I stuck to the bank, and my first thought was throw a buzzbait. Just throw a buzzbait. You can't finesse fish because every time I finesse fish, big 1-inch raindrop would hit my line, and I couldn't get a feel for anything. So I was like, I'm just gonna get a reaction bite. First cast with a buzzbait, boom. Literally third cast on a buzzbait, on a lay down, another one. So I caught literally 3 fish within I think 15 minutes. And I knew that I was going to stick to that pattern. I said, until this rain goes away, I'm just going to throw buzzbait all day long until it stops. Went around the pocket, caught an 18.5 on the buzzbait. I caught probably 12 or 13 fish on the same black bladed buzzbait with a white horny toad on it. And it was so beat up at the end of the day that I had to rely on throwing a whopper plopper because I brought just 2 buzzbaits, and I had one that was just a regular silver one, and I had an all black one. And I was like, I'm not going to throw the silver one because the black one's been biting like crazy. So instead of it typically looking like a J shape, it ended up looking like an L. Like it was bent so bad, I couldn't fix it with pliers or anything. I was just like, well, we're gonna have to just resort to some sort of top water. So I threw on a 90s whopper plopper and stuck it through. I pedaled all the way, covered tons of water. I got all the way to Smithy's Creek landing. Caught them on whopper plopper all day, literally, and I couldn't call. There was so many little buck bass, tons of just runners, none spawning. I didn't see anything spawning. It was all done, at least from where I was at, and sun peaked out around 11 o'clock, I believe, and that's when I changed my game plan. I was like, well, we need to start catching up to these guys because I'm at like 47 something inches. I knew I needed to catch up. So I switched up, crossed over the lake, and I said, I'm going to go fish deep. And I get to the first bluff wall that I see, which was like 25 foot. And it's a bunch of blow down trees on this bluff wall. Just, you can see the roots on the bluff walls, but the branches was all submerged in 25 feet of water. And I ran over it, and I was like, man, there's just tons of fish right here. So I backed up, flipped a 1/2 ounce Riot jig. Shout out to them. I love their lures, love their jigs, love their little fuzzies. I catch tons. Lake Norman, I'll spill it out. I tell all my buddies and then like Austin and them, I use Riot jigs at Lake Norman. They're freaking amazing. Nothing else I throw. If I'm fishing rocky water, it's always going to be a Riot jig. Or if it's not a Riot jig, I'll switch it up and I'll throw a Kitech jig. And I flipped a 1/2 ounce, just green pumpkin, into 25 foot. It overhangs a branch down there. I could feel it when I shrug it up. And as soon as I shrug it up, I hear a thump. And I pulled it out. It was a 19-inch. And then I knew right then, I was like, they're probably hopefully stacked up on this tree in 25 foot on this bluff wall. So I switched up. I threw a freaking, I think it's a 1/8 ounce shaky head. Just a, zoom trick worm. Cast it in there, and then I catch probably 4 more bass on that same lay down 25 foot of water. And couldn't call anymore after that. It's got a little tough where I was at. I was sitting on the main lake, and wind was literally, the gust came in. I was getting turned in circle. I'm in a 360, Hobie 360. I'm still getting turned around, and ended up going to a pocket, and I just kept flipping the jig. I stuck with flipping the jig about 25, 30 feet on blow down trees for the rest of the day after that. Caught a bunch of other ones, but it was just, it was just nothing that could coal. But overall, it was great, man. I caught tons of fish, 25 plus fish at a lake that I didn't practice. I never practiced at Kerr. I'm like 50 minutes from it, but I never practice. I like to just go blind because Kerr Scott's is that type of lake. You can go and wing it and still catch tons of bass and have fun regardless. If it's pouring like crazy, you're still going to, catch some fish. Even if they're just buck bass, it's still going to be an amazing time. But yeah, I mean, it was just awesome, regardless of where I placed. Even if I was in 30th place, if I caught 20 fish, I would still have been happy with it.
Awesome, dude. Yeah. Man, that lake, I actually did go pre-fish some for it, but that lake, you can go in there blind like anytime, and typically you're going to catch something. Like it's always it always fishes good.
Yeah, it's done me good all 3 times I fished it.
Well, congrats on another second. Maybe let's see. I think we go back up there in October. Maybe that'll be your time to
I'm
win it.
for a little redemption. Hopefully, B doesn't show up.
Man.
All right, let's get over here to the big winner from this past weekend. Thank you for bringing it home for Kurt Scott. Let's see. Let me add this back. All right, you had 58 and a half inches. That's a 21 and a quarter, a 20 and a quarter, and a 17. I mean, you nearly cracked 60 inches on a 3-fish tournament. So, I mean, just how'd you do it?
Well, I was wanting to crack 60. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, shoot, that was what my goal was, crack 60. But first and foremost, I mean, I'd like to thank the good Lord for letting me be able to get up and go fish that morning. Holler at my boys, Yakinoff gang, for pushing each other. I mean, shoot, we always are a competitive little gang. I mean, we get out there and we fish against each other pretty hard. I mean, but yeah, pretty much, launched over there at Warrior. Garrett, you know where I was. I mean, shoot, there's,
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
There's no, but yeah, I milked that spot about all day, brother. And
I think I left a little bit early.
Do what now?
I said I think I left just a little bit too early.
Yeah, I think you did, man. Because I had turned right after you left. Right after you left, I had some bank fishermen show up, and I'm like, well, boys, I'll let you have at it. And that's when I went downstream.
Yeah.
And I hadn't, like I said, caught but 2 only. And like I said, there was a couple pockets back there down river. I was like, well, I know I caught some back there, the previous week, and I was gonna head back, back that way. And like I said, it seemed like every pocket I went to, somebody was in the back already. And I went and fished just this little pocket on the left right there. And I was like, this is not gonna cut it out. And I was like, shoot, you know what? I mean, heck, I'm gonna live by the sword, I'm gonna die by the sword. So I just pedaled my way back, and time I got back there, the 2 gentlemen was gone already. So I just sat out there and just pretty much threw everything I could throw at them. And I just looked in my bag, and I was like, you know what? I hadn't thrown this. I had like a 7-inch, them big 7-inch Cincos. I just hooked them on there, and I just started fan casting them, and pretty much hooked up with the biggest one.
Yeah.
And that was about all I caught. I caught 3 fishes all day.
Really?
Jeez.
Missed one on the shaky head, but other than that was it. I mean,
all it takes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you how bad it bugged me, because I knew that. I knew that that's how you want it. Like, I knew, where. I went up there yesterday evening, and I fished that spot for 5 hours, dude, and I still didn't get a bite. 5 hours. So that's yours, dude. I'm going somewhere else on the lake next time. I can't catch them like that. But dude, so you got 3 fish all day.
I caught 3 all day. Missed one on a shaky head with the chartreuse tail. I missed one, and that's about it. That was all I got. I mean, but like I said, I milked it. I mean, I told myself, I was like, I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna milk it. And normally, I would, I'd fish it 10, 15 minutes. I'd be gone. I mean, any other tournament, I'd be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just told myself, I was like, just go back to it, and if there's people there, just go on somewhere else. And pretty much right after I caught that 21, family showed up right after I caught it.
Good timing.
Yeah, so I mean, it was a good timing. I mean, because I didn't catch him till, like I said, probably about maybe 12:30, if not after 12:30. And I say probably 1 o'clock, the family showed up. And I was like, well, like, you know, I just count my blessings and just move on with it.
So you mean to tell me that you knew all day long you had almost 60 inches and you made us wait till the end of the day?
Oh, not all day now, shoot, because
I mean, by 12:30, that's a couple hours early.
oh yeah, yeah.
Well, see, and I was looking at the board and I was like, man, I know he caught something. I know that. I knew in my head that, you know, that I know what that spot can do, because I mean I used to fish it off the boat all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I know there's no way that he's, because I looked and you had like maybe one fish posted.
Yeah, I had posted the 20 up.
Yeah. I was like, there's no way that's it. And then after I get the kayak loaded up, I look back at the leaderboard and I'm like, yep, there it is. I knew that was coming. That's a killer day. I hate that you missed 60 by 1.5 inches, but that's a good limit. I don't know. It might be I need to talk to Cody. That might be the record for 3 or close to it.
58.5, yeah.
Well, everybody on the comment section, pros out there, congrats. I mean, yeah. Well, is there anything else y'all want to talk about, discuss? You want to tell me the rates for training me how to fish or something like that?
Yeah.
Nah.
Just Lake Hickory. I think that's the only thing I'm focused on next, since
Yep.
I might
Yeah.
well, so
Thank you.
focused on Hickory.
Yeah, that's going to be a big event. It will be through Fishing Chaos because, you know, CKA is running it, but it's a joint event between CKA, CCKF, and Foothills. So, I mean, technically, just off the memberships alone, it has the potential to be 150 anglers or more. And Eric announced that if we hit 100 anglers, that he's going to open up Road Hiss and Lookout for that event. So, $100 buy-in, somebody's going to have a big payday. And it's,
oh yeah,
I know it ain't all about the money, man, but you know, it's about the money. If you ain't going out there to fish to win, you might as well stay home. So
that's true. Yeah,
true.
Yeah, that $100 entry, you know, it might be a little steep for some, but don't buy any tackle for a week.
Yeah,
I know I blow 100 a week on something pointless. So I'm excited. It's May 20th, and if anybody watching this has any questions about Fishing Chaos, you can message me or Cody. I'm assuming all three of you guys have used Fishing Chaos as well.
I haven't. No.
Okay.
But I've never used it.
Yeah, I've used it.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
so you just download the app. You do?
Do what?
You just download the app on your phone?
Yeah, download Fishing Chaos on your phone, and then it's a little different to navigate than Tourney X. I mean, it's not just straight submit or anything like that, but you find your tournament, and it'll kind of walk you through it. But if anybody has any questions, just ask me, Cody, reach out to Eric Nelson with CKA. B can help you. He knows how to use it.
Gotcha.
So, it won't be a point event, though. And the weigh-in is going to be an outdoor supply after the event's over. So everybody's going to meet up. Pretty sure we're going to have some sort of food out there for everybody. If the weather's bad, I'm pretty sure Charlie's going to let us do it inside, use the kayak showroom, which I think that's a great idea to go in there and you'll get to see the products that he carries and everything like that. They're really helping us out a lot with giving us a venue for this event. But I think that's about it. I want to say congrats again to all three of y'all because, I mean, any other event, the limits that y'all put up today, each one of y'all would have, you know, won. So,
yeah,
appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Hammers for sure. But
I do want to shout out to Cody and Ashley and Garrett, you three for putting up with the Foothills kayak, bringing to the Foothills over here in North Carolina, because it's yeah. We always needed one, and I'm glad. The next event we're actually gonna host it at Charlie's place, Outdoor Supply. So yeah, he's a great guy. So yeah.
Yeah, he's top notch. We just a little backstory. We went over there and we were trying to figure out how we were going to bring up the idea of doing the event there. So we went over there and talked to Colin. If you need anything kayak related, Colin's the one who sells all the kayaks and everything. But we're over there talking to him, and Charlie walks in, and we just throw it out there. And I mean, immediately he was all for it. He was like, "Yeah, that's no problem." And then he was trying to bounce ideas off of us because he's into like the speed kayaks and all of that stuff, like the paddle fast kayaks. And he was like, "Yeah, I want to do a race on Hickory." He said, "What all do you think I should have to do as far as to be legal?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know that you really need to do anything because you're not hosting a fishing tournament. So I'd say get some boats out there to guide your people around and stay close to the bank."
Yeah.
But yeah, he was all for it, and it was just it was a lot of weight off of our shoulders because we didn't really have a backup plan for hosting an event of that magnitude.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But all right, well, guys, I guess I'm gonna get to this raffle real quick. Thanks again for coming on, and I'm sure that I guess all of y'all are gonna try and fish Hickory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably will.
Okay, I'm glad that I know the faces that my donation's gonna go to. No, I'm not surprised y'all. There, see, Cody just. All right, here we go. I'm gonna post this comment before y'all get off here. BassTrail.com power rankings coming out soon with the top 10 best anglers in North Carolina, well, and the surrounding states. Check out BassTrail.com. It's a kayak exclusive site, so they've got a lot of good articles on there, like where Lowell Brannon just won the Bass Nation thing down there. Where was it at? Hartwell?
Yeah, Hartwell.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They've got an article about him on there. So I was actually going to read that earlier, and then this came up. But I think that's going to be it, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and remove y'all from the screen, and I'm going to get this raffle going. Austin, I appreciate you wanting to raffle off your prize pack from last time. I'm sure somebody's going to get some good use out of that, dude. But all right, well, I'll see y'all. I'm sure I'll be interviewing y'all again. I'll see y'all sometime soon.
All right.
All right, man. Thanks for having us.
Yep. All right. Let's see. That's Tony X. So let's go over here to the raffle wheel. Make sure this is right since I've messed this up before. Close out some ads. Man, those guys on here tonight, those are some top-notch anglers. I mean, just top-notch people in general. So let's expand this. I'm going to shuffle this thing a couple times, and then the first thing we're going to raffle off is one of the free entries from Life Ring Ministries. So here we go with the first spin. Let's see who's going to get a free entry for the next event or an event of their choice. I feel like they've won. I got to call and talk to Cody real quick. We'll do this on live because I don't know whether I should have made a list of who's won. Respin. Awesome. See. All right. Let's try it again. See if it's somebody who hasn't. Are you serious? Has Caleb won? Cody, comment and tell me if Caleb has won. This is a disaster. Is that a yes he's won? I can't tell. No? Okay. Perfect. All right. So Caleb Perry wins a free entry. Congrats, dude. I'm going to make a list of this because I got to be more prepared next time. All right. Caleb's got a free entry. Let's go ahead and raffle off Austin's prize pack. It's going to be a Riot Baits prize pack and a $50 Yak Attack gift code. So let's spin this thing. Who's getting the prize pack courtesy of Austin Vane? Not that dude. Sorry. Caleb, you've already won one tonight. We're going to respin this. I'm going to shuffle it again because something's wrong here. All right, Brandon Worrell, you just won Austin's prize pack. So congrats on that. We'll go back one more time now, and this is for the second free entry. And I know I mention them a lot, but Life Ring Ministries, it's awesome what they do. You know, 2 people basically every event are able to fish for free. So let's shuffle this thing again just to keep it fair and see who gets this last free entry. Huh. There you go, Mr. John Ladd. Come on out and fish, John. Man, that's awesome. Boys, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all, whenever he comes out and uses that entry, go ahead and just send him the money directly. I think that's going to be it. So, again, thanks to all the anglers who fish with us, because y'all are the reason that we do it. I mean, we love to fish. We wanted a trail that was local. We're not having to drive like crazy if we don't want to. And the anglers, you know, y'all are what makes this group great, along with our sponsors. So thanks for coming out. If you can make it out to the May 20th event, I know it's a non-points event, but it is going to be a massive event for Lake Hickory. I would love to see 150 anglers come out on these lakes and just show out. You can look it up. We're going to be posting about it. CKA will be posting about it. I'm sure CCKF will be posting about it. It should be a great turnout. And if you come fish it, make sure to come to the weigh-in, because it's going to be a great little gathering there. It'll be a fun day. I think that's it. Probably going to end the stream here, but if I've missed anything, you know, somebody just let me know. But until the next event, y'all get out there and catch some fish, and I'm going to get out there and try and learn how to do it.